As and when there is change in the time or changes in the environmental situation, or maybe for that matter anything else globally, I'm telling you globally, not in our nation or not in Bangalore or not in Karnataka, everywhere we have to adapt to the changes. And how can we do it? We have to change our teaching mode, our teaching pedagogy. This is a very important thing that we have to adopt now. The changing time, or we can say our method of teaching, we have to change it. But this is a little bit stressful also for us, because already we are adopted to one thing, and it takes some acclimatization, some time to change. And this adaptation is really a stressful task for all the teachers, for all the faculty, irrespective of the stream. It may be management, or it may be science, or it may be arts, whatever it may be. It is really a stressful time. And I think our organizing team have organized, or there are quite a number of good lectures on stress management, that is the need of the hour, and also how we can adopt the changed teaching methods so that it will benefit our students. And this is the most important thing in this FDP. And then this innovative teaching method, nowadays we have the blended learning, and it is another thing is hybrid learning, that our principal always tell we have changed over to hybrid learning. And this hybrid learning is a very important type, or it is a good pedagogy which will be actually UGC is speaking about this, and there are many uh, this thing notices and the UGC website. You can just go through that one also. And this hybrid learning is nothing but offline and online both together. They have made it hybrid learning, and this is a very important task for we teachers. And I'm sure that you will gain good knowledge about this type of learning or pedagogy in this FDP. And I would like to congratulate all the members of the team and also participants for being part of this 7 days FGP organized by management. And management, it is the world is nothing but management now. The whole globe is dependent on management. And I'm sure all the participants will gain knowledge and be with us for 7 days from today onwards, and take good wealth of knowledge along with you. All the very best to the team and also all the participants. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words for during this FDP. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for your words of encouragement. It always motivates us to do better things and plan for better programs in the coming days. Thank you very much. It gives me the honor to invite the sculptor and the navigator of the program, our beloved principal, Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, and chief patron of this program, Dr. B. Chandrasekhara sir, to deliver presidential remark.
Good morning. Today's resource person, respected Harini Ramarathnam Madam, IQAC coordinator, Dr. Shubha, convener of this 7 days online FDP program, Professor Manjula, organizing secretary, Professor Kishore Kumar, the faculty members of management department, Professor Pallavi, Professor Madhushri, all the faculty members of the Department of Commerce, and all my esteemed colleagues, dear participants. And it gives me an immense pleasure to share a few of my views on this FDP program, because there is a sea change in education in general, the management education in particular. There are so many changes are taking place. As Bhagavan Buddha said very long back, the change is the order of a day. Change is permanent in this world, nothing else. Everything is subject to change by every minute. As he rightly pointed out very long back, we are all witnessing a sea changes in everywhere, especially in the field of management. As we know that digital marketing, the artificial intelligence, that is machine learning, sustainable finance, data analysis, consultancy, entrepreneurship, collaborative learning, conflict resolution, then constructivism, cooperative learning, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, participative learning, stress management, social entrepreneurship, and the application of design thinking in teaching and learning, case study based learning, and also a global talent search. So this is how where we are all focused on. We have to educate the students such a way that they should fit to the global environment. When a student fit to employ anywhere, any part of the world, then our education has some sense, some meaning, and our job as teachers is recognizable. Otherwise, where it is very difficult to prepare the students and only confined to the classroom environment, and we have to take the students outside the classroom environment, then we have to guide them. Definitely, they are going to fit to the global environment. So there is a competition everywhere, and most of the time we have witnessed there is a huge gap between the college and university education and an institute education. I always make a mention about it. In the institute education, like it could be an IIM, IIT, IISc, etc. Their methodology of teaching is entirely different. Their approach of learning is entirely different. Whereas in case of college and university education, we most of the time we confine the learning and teaching process only to the classroom environment. Somewhere where we fail to inculcate or in the guide the students to acquiring skills, because the skills are very, very relevant and important today to face the competition at the global level. So in this background, we thought of organizing an FTP, that's a 7-day international online FTP program on a new paradigms in management education. So this is where it is very relevant and important. We have identified an important resource persons for all the 7 days, and I hope you have a huge takeaway from this online international FDP program. With this, I conclude my presidential remarks. Over to the organizer.
Thank you for your enlightening words, sir. Indeed, we are very happy and we are very proud to have such a leader as our principal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dear delegates and all participants, I once again welcome you all to the first day of the 7-day International Online FTP program. A revolution in higher education is upon us. A revolution in higher education is upon us. Quality education can now be made universally accessible and affordable. Future education must be made relevant to the rapidly changing needs of society, the increasing sophisticated demands of the labor market, the growing shortage of the attitudes, skills need to promote entrepreneurship and full employment. The coming revolution in education spurred by online learning breakthroughs has made all of these goals achievable. New technology can facilitate a shift from passive knowledge transfer and memorization to the acceleration of active education that fosters curiosity, discovery, and original thinking. To discuss the importance of changing pedagogy in current situation, I request today's resource person, Harini Ramarathnam, personal transformation coach and founder of Vibha Education Service Corp, Bengaluru. She will be addressing us with the topic, Role of Emotional Intelligence in Designing Effective Pedagogy. Before handing over to Harini Madam, I would request all the participants to on your videos so that we can have a photo session for the today. Kindly everybody put your video on your platform.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Over to Harini Madam.
Thank you so much. So good morning, everyone. Welcoming all. Thank you. And I take this as an opportunity to express my gratitude, and it's a pleasure to be in this platform on this 7 days online international FDP program organized by Department of Management IQAC on the theme New Paradigms in Management Education. Thank you, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude and just convey my wishes and to for this 7 days program to be a successful one. And in that alignment, I would like to convey my regards and to Dr. Chandrasekhar, the Honorable Principal of the Management of the college, and Dr. Shubha ma'am, and Organizing Secretary Kishore sir, and Pallavi ma'am, and other stream ma'am, and other team and core members. And conveying my gratitude to the management team again. With no delay, I would like to take off. And before starting, I just want to share this Shubha ma'am and Pallavi ma'am and Manjula ma'am and Principal sir, with so much of knowledge you shared in the short time. And Kishore sir, not to forget him, amazing knowledge, and you brought about various aspects in this short topic. I mean, the short introduction, the addressing notes which we have delivered, amazing. And I would just take it from here, from where it all left. So thank you. Please, I think I can share my screen. Yes. Hope my screen is visible and I'm clear and audible. Can I get an yes in the chat box? I'm very well active in the chat box. I will be seeing everyone. So just give me a second. Yes, thank you. So here I am. Before moving on, I would want to set the intention. So we are all educators. People who here are listening are amazing, talented professors, lecturers, assistant professors. You may be dean, chairman, principals, heightened professors, heightened officers in your education industry. You may be a great entrepreneurs. Yes, we all have come together for a purpose to enlighten ourselves. Being a teacher, I know somehow we think, but before I start, I would want all of us to set an intention for the next 7 days, that let us be a sponge and absorb as much as we can from the 7-day program and take it back and put it into action, so that the purpose of being a teacher, the passion behind being teaching and doing this pedagogy, whatever we are in, will get the effort gets fruitified, the purpose gets solved, or we have something always to grow, to learn every other day. I hope all are okay with this. So just put some intentions that as much as possible, I'm going to observe in the coming days. And with that intention, I am also going to learn so many things in the coming days with you all. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I thank the management, I thank the college. Without any further delay, I'm moving on. So Vibha is just a training and coaching consultancy. And thank you, Manjula ma'am, for a wonderful introduction. So I'm just moving on without taking through all of this. What I generally do with this, I work with students, parents, teachers, entrepreneurs on life skills and leadership skills. It's my core area of work. In this pandemic, I am able to get this international accreditation for my programs. This happened in this pandemic, where I curated a 21 days positive thinking challenge program to help the people to think positive and stay calm and happy in this challenging. So that's where this accreditation is given. And I started giving leadership training programs, which has been doing. Now the leadership training programs are also accredited from our end. So without further, I'm moving on, jumping directly into the topic, what we are going to discuss in the next 1.5 hours. So it's emotional intelligence. Why teachers need emotional intelligence and awareness about ourselves and our environment and our emotions and resilience. These are some of the topics. Just give me a second. That is, yeah. Resilience and its layers, teaching character strengths and values, building value-based classrooms is also something I hope that would be a different topic to many of the people here, which as maybe I would like to share the knowledge which I have learned for over the decade from various mentors across the world. So I've collated all that and put you together for all of you. Hope you are excited and thank you. So this is so when we talk about emotional intelligence, what is emotional intelligence? It is the way we use and manage our own emotions to relieve our stress. Because when the emotions go inside, it creates a stress. We become heavy inside. We don't know what it is inside, but we start feeling little heavy from inside. And once you are highly emotional intelligent, you will be able to empathize with others. It is like we say, no, putting in yourself in other shoes, thinking from the other person's perspective. The moment you start developing this, the conflicts which we often get will start reducing a lot. So which will help you to reduce the conflict, because you would be in a better position to understand what the other person is trying to say, what is his purpose, what is his intentions in a much clearer and better way. So, and once it happens, the communication will be so easy for you to take it through. And once the communication becomes better, everything falls at its place. And the social awareness, like you become much aware of what is happening. So this is one definition of emotional intelligence. On the other side, it's as Robert Cooper says, it's an ability to understand and effectively apply the power of awareness as a source of human energy, information, connection, and influence. So where you can connect with the person, you can influence a person the moment you are able to source it. So the moment you master it. Okay. So why emotional intelligence? When you start becoming highly emotional intelligence, you will be able to achieve success in your relationships, and you will be able to achieve your goals personally, professionally, in all areas of walks of life. So just So emotional intelligence is the ability or capacity to pursue, assess them, and manage your emotions when you are in a place or in a group. So when you become an emotional intelligent, your emotional intelligence skills goes up. We all teachers are leaders, we all professors, we all educators, we all are leaders somewhere or other. We are leading a group or we are leading a team. And using this emotional leadership to achieve a common goal, which is like what the organization wants to achieve, the management, what you want, or how you want to take the education. So there is a common goal. And once you become emotionally intelligent, and as an emotional high intelligence leader, you will be able to process it and work towards a bigger and common goal. So that's what I would say. So it has a lot of benefits. If you say personally also you get benefited, apart from that, working towards a bigger goal, working for a larger purpose. So that also comes into place. Now, the question is, why should I need, beyond what I've discussed in terms of goals and working towards the larger vision, why do I need emotional intelligence? Once you become high emotionally intelligent, once you start practicing it, you become mindful of what is happening in your classrooms. You become so aware that you can sense the temperament in the classrooms, you can understand the students' emotion, and you will be in full consciousness and full aware always, which will help you. Once you become aware, things will change. So I will be discussing it in the coming slides. What is awareness? How to work on your self-awareness a lot. And what would happen is like helping the students to calm down and regulate their emotions when they struggle with their own emotions. Especially when we are in a classroom, we are all very much trained to adjust, accommodate, and make the learning happen through our skills. And as we are shifting to this online mode, it's becoming a little difficult. So we go through a lot of emotions as teachers, as well as the students on the other side. They have their own emotions, tantrums, and they are succumb to the social pressures, what is happening outside. So they don't know how to handle it. Okay, so they have a lot of questions about their future and they undergo a lot of emotion turbulences. once as a highly emotional intelligence educator, you will be able to regulate the emotions of the children in your classrooms. And the interpersonal conflicts. So I work with mentoring for a lot of HODs and professors on one-on-one session. I have found out that as we grow, it becomes somewhere tough for us to let go certain things. I hope if you touch your heart and ask this question, somewhere it is tough for some of us to let go of certain things. So that which causes the interpersonal conflicts. So if you become highly emotional intelligence, those things you would see it's going to solve by itself, and contribute to the students' management and emotional social development. Like beyond teaching, are the bringing a child to the better human to the society and creating a value to the society is what every educators will have. So that's what it is all about. So teacher who models the emotional intelligence, if to understand what would be the characteristics of a teacher or an educator who is into emotional intelligence practice, will have all these behaviors. So mostly, unless we become more aware of our thoughts, it is difficult to understand what we are thinking, why we are thinking, why the way I'm thinking. But we can easily perceive and understand ourselves from the way we behave if we sit and reflect ourselves. So here, so internal reflective behavior, right? Like something is happening from the outside, you are digesting the issue and then taking a decision and then responding. Rather than that, you are not reactive immediately to what is happening outside. Okay. So the next one is more flexible, like not resistant to change. So people with high emotional intelligence, they adapt easily to the ever-changing new things, and when the management, when the education decision makers put something in the place, they are able to adapt it instead of like, why this is happening? It's already too much on my plate. So they are able to adapt it, maybe seeing it from a bigger picture that it's for my betterment, it's for my benefit, it's for the learning to happen. Maybe if I adapt and acknowledge and accept it, I will be in a better position to manage my time. So maybe that's their intention, but until we don't know it, it's going to be a difficult, yes, for us to, and we act from a space of small, like thinking small. So assertive communication, you all know, being positive and affirm, it's not being aggressive or strong. Okay. So more optimistic person you will be, and you will be having a lot of skills and positive habits. So once you develop this emotional intelligence, what it happens to you as a person, beyond a teacher, beyond an educator, beyond as a human being, you would be able to have a strong resilient skills. Whatever happens, you will be able to come back. Of course, we had a very strong second wave. A lot of us had a lot of challenges. It took time. We got disturbed. But moments you start practicing this emotional intelligence, you will be able to come back and focus on what is your goal and what you want to do to the world. As we are all contributors, we are all value adders to the world, education, through our education, through the way we teach. So once we all work from a space of strong purpose, right? So the moment you practice this, you have to bring it to your alignment again and again. What I want, what I do, I need to do. What is my purpose? What is my passion here? Yes, I completely acknowledge and understand the pain the professors, the lecturers, everyone is going through in terms of financial issues, in terms of personal issues. And beyond that, working as an educator is a great thing. So understanding, you would be able to better understand yourself, and clarity of thoughts. That's the first thing. When the clarity comes, you start thinking creative. Once you start able to think creative, most of your problems get solved. Okay. So when we talk about emotional quotient, when we are at home, we are the raw of ourselves. People around us know the raw version of ourselves, who we are, how we behave, how we talk, when nobody is watching us, or we are not entitled to the what do you say, the designation, the post which you carry. At home, you are raw. At your comfort zone, you are raw. But when you are in the workplace, that's where we all need to become more aware Of course, becoming more aware at home is going to be more helpful to you in all ways. But to pertain to the topic, to help you more in related to the pedagogy, which I'm speaking, bringing to the workspace in focus. This is what most of us know this, I think, according to Daniel Goleman, emotional intelligence. So these are the 4 things you need to take into understanding before I move on. So it starts with self-awareness, which once you become aware of what I am, why I'm behaving, then you're able to manage yourself in terms of controlling certain things and adapting to certain things and understanding other people, and which leads to, on the other hand, the social awareness leads to this, self-awareness leads to the social awareness. So the moment you understand why I'm going through certain issues or why I'm in pain, you would be able to see and empathize with the other co-peer who is also going through the pain. Or what is the organization trying to do? What is the value they are trying to add? Why they are doing it? So this way, because everyone, all of us are human beings end of the day. And once you become to the organization as an educator, beyond your values, you have to look into a bigger perspective of organization values, vision and mission, which will lead to the great success of what you want to build over the years. So then it moves on to the relationship management, where relationships get better in your workplace and your communications and so on and so forth. Here, I would like to give you what this you saw, no, the self-awareness. You would have heard definition of self-awareness, but let me give it to you in a simple way if I could help you towards understanding this. Self-awareness is the capacity of the individual to reflect on our thoughts, behaviors. Yeah, thank you. It's audible, I think. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm still watching the chat. Okay, thank you. So yeah, it's ability to of the individual to reflect on yourself and your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors. Okay. Now I'm talking to you, but the awareness comes to that I'm talking to you, what is happening inside within me? What is the emotion I'm going through? What's the thoughts? What's the behavior I'm going through this? So still in involvement, in consciousness, in awareness towards them, but at the same time, able to sense the participants in the forum, what is their mindset, at the same time, understanding what is going inside my mind. That's the self-awareness. At various levels you can work on. It starts with basic level of understanding, and it goes into the deeper level of being conscious and still being fully aware inside. So it takes a lot of time actually. The more you get into practices of this practice of self-awareness, you would be able to get the hang of it. So difficulty in learning experience. So when people with self-reflection and highly developed self-reflection will have this kind of behaviors, which you're seeing on the right. And this for people who are having the self-reflection missing, they play the victim role, they play the drama role. So what's the one answer, one solution I could give at this point of time? To become more self-aware, the moment you understand I'm getting angry, the moment you understand I'm losing my control, the moment you understand it's so stressful, okay? Because you're thinking in one way, it's so stressful, I am not able to handle it, or this is becoming too difficult. What you need to do, look for the choice, options, way to do it, way to see it. The more you open yourself, once you move to a choice point, things becomes easy. So once you go, this is the choice point. What you're seeing on the screen is the choice point. You're just down at the choice point, ready to take off. When you're in the choice point, you start taking control of everything. You start feeling really happy, and you start responding in a very positive, affirmative way. And we start responding to the issue, not to the person who brought the issue. So that's the way your emotional intelligence will develop. So people, we say, no, what is making me, the surrounding is making me sad, but it's only 10%. It's genetics, the way we think, that makes us happy 50% of the time. And the actions, what you do is adds to another 40%. The surrounding circumstances just adds it to 10%. You can see the same incident that we are all sitting at home. It's boring, it's difficult. You can see it the way also. We can also see it like, yes, I have the privilege of sitting at home and delivering across the world. I see it as a great blessing today. So the way you see it, the way you perceive things will bring you a lot of happiness. Okay, I am just trying to activate the participants early in the morning. I don't want to be a teacher here, just keep on talking. Sorry, all ready for an activity. If I could take you to a small activity, just give me a yes in the chat box to boost up and let me have a sip of water. Please allow me to do. Thank you. I'm expecting more. Yes. Being a learner is one of the best things as an educator. Thank you so much. With all your acceptance, here I go. I want every one of you to close your eyes and understand what thoughts can do to us. So close your eyes. I just want all of you to close your eyes for a minute and imagine on the left hand, you have a half lemon cut. On the right hand, you are having a spoon. Squeeze the lemon juice on the spoon and try to put it on your mouth. Okay? Have the taste of the lemon in the mouth. How many of you really felt for a moment, yeah, that smell in your tongue, that taste in your tongue, the smell of the lemon? Yeah, the saliva starts forming. Yes. How many of you got that? So the body is reacting. Do you have the lemon in your hand? I think no. Did you have a spoon? No. Just the thought of a lemon and spoon can trigger a saliva, which is a spontaneous body action. And the soreness, which you've already experienced, you know how the lemon tastes. It gets triggered to the memory and it starts reacting. That sense, the taste, the smell of the lime, the color of the lime. How many of you saw the the lemon literally in your hand? How many of you could see that? How many of you could get the sense? So this is called now visual auditory kinesthetic. Yeah, thank you. So this is, so yeah, we all could do it. So this is a memory. Now I want you, all of you, to go a little deeper, close your eyes and think of a wonderful vacation or a time you had. The last 2 years before, no, we all feeling, I want to go out. I really want to go out. I really want to go to a hill station where nobody is there and I'm going to sit alone. How many of you have that deep craving inside? Like, I will run away from this. Somewhere I'll go to the top where no one is there, no corona comes there. I'll be happy sipping my hot tea and coffee there. No, we all go through that emotion. Yes, we are all aware of that. Emotion is there inside. Yes, it's coming up. So now close your eyes and think of one good memory which happened to you. In the past years, where you went for a vacation with your family, you just had a wonderful time. Yes, lying on the side of the beach, doing yoga in the beach, having the relaxing spa in the beach. So, yes. Now, as you do this, I gently want to take one sad or one depressed or one bad memory which happened to you in the recent time. Gently keep closing your eyes and shift your awareness to that one memory which is very sad, depressed, which brought you a lot of anger, irritation, frustration, anything which you have experienced recently, or any sad memory. It can be anything. Just think that sad memory, bring all what happened at that point of time in life, or what is currently happening sometimes that I'm, yes. Now, as you did this, coming back to the good and bad memory, I want you to notice what is happening in your body. Like you start clenching your jaws, you become tight here. So the body starts responding to it immediately according to the memory. The moment the memory triggers, your body starts responding. So this is what I want you to understand the thoughts can have triggers, memory triggered, and the bodily response happens, and you become more, you start internalizing and experiencing from inside, and then you start behaving from that moment. Okay, so this is the connection between the thoughts, emotions, and the behavior which you're seeing on the screen. The moment you have the thought, the emotions get triggered and you behave, which is happening in the bodily. Now you're sitting, but when you're in a conference or when you're talking with your friends, or this is where sometimes unconsciously the memory gets triggered and you start shouting, or you're getting irritated, or you're getting aggressive. So now another fact. Okay, people might think Harini was invited to speak about effective pedagogy, designing emotional intelligence. Why she's talking about various aspects, and these people are called Himba from Africa. What's the connection here? Slowly moving to the history side. Now, any idea what it could be? Yeah, why these people here? What we are seeing? So this interesting fact about Himba people from South Africa. So these people can tell 20 shades of green. But if you show them a blue color, they don't know that that is blue. They will tell that is green, some green. Okay, they'll say watery, colory green, something like that, like sky, like gray, green. So they will put it as a green. They never name it as blue, because they doesn't know that a word blue exists. It's like us. We doesn't know there is some emotion existing in us, or we are not aware of something in us happening, that I am holding on to something which has happened 15 years back. Unless we don't have words for something, we can't see it. That's the fact. So here it's an example, typical example of the living people who have not seen the color blue and they don't know how to describe the word blue. Okay, so how are you feeling today? Just for take a second, connect with yourself and check how I am feeling today. It can be any emotion you're going through. It can be even sad. Just acknowledge, yes, I'm feeling sad. Yes, I'm feeling sad. No wrong in that. Just acknowledge them. Okay, so what are the basic emotions and what are the emotional message you get? And what are some of the circumstances which can trigger this message? Okay, so currently when we have uncertainty, see, the entire world is going through, the entire humanity has 6 values. It's not 6 values, basic 6 things that every human being need to stand on strongly so that they can enjoy their life. But if 2 of them gets disturbed, or 4 or 5 of them get disturbed, the person will be in a depression or anxiety or stress. Those are love, significance, certainty, variety, and skill and growth, or these are these basics. So now the entire humanity is going through a crisis of uncertainty and variety. We don't have a variety. We are in the home, not much of variety, not much of getting open and socializing. It's same every day, from kitchen to the work, it's same for everyone. So this is same, and so we go through lot of uncertainty. We go through no variety. So this can bring some sadness inside all of us that can trigger other emotions also. So why I'm taking you through emotions, just understand these are the things happening inside us. Though we are consciously working on the layers, inside we are stacking up some emotions which is not being processed. How to process it, I will take you towards the end. Because we go through a lot. We don't have the time. The next day morning, we have to sit in the meeting. We have to finish the work. You have to do the PPT. You have to do the reports. You have to do so many work. At the same time, being professors and lecturers, you also have the dream to do the doctor's degree, PhD degree. There also you're spending time in your researches. So many things. So we are not processing most of the, even sometimes we don't feel like crying. We are just keeping it inside. I don't know when it will come. You should be aware of that. It's there at least. So we ignore our emotions. But when we ignore, it can go wrong. We try to bury them, and or what happens most of the time, you think there is an anger, but there might be a guilt. There might be a guilt of not doing the best you can. The more you expect from you, the higher the expectations you have, the guilt goes down their layers, and you start from the most of the time when we go to the self-critical mode, it is which leads to the self-esteem level. You see anger, people shouting at anger, but inside they are hurt, they are being low in self-esteem, or they are acting in guilt. Okay, so now what I do want now, within a year, what is going to matter? Try to see the bigger picture of it. If you see these two persons on the screen or seeing a small scales, they don't understand why it is there. But if you see the bigger picture, it is actually a beautiful fish. So try to get the bigger picture of what is happening. Try to get the help of the mentors. How much of a level we reached as educators, somewhere we need someone to help us think through, process through certain emotions or process through certain challenges. We need someone to handhold us. Think of who is going to be your mentor in your life, who can help you, who can make you think correct, who can confront you actually. So that's what I want to say. So management, coming on to the self-management part. Are we able to think when the things are not going in the right way? So this is the difference you're seeing on the screen. A person with a self-managed regulation who misses how he behaves, and who with a highly self-regulation leader will behave when they are working towards a bigger project. Okay, so I would tell you here comes your the pedagogy designing. When you work on this, when you're delivering sessions, when you're trying to create a rapport with your students in the classroom, first you need to understand is work on your self-regulation and your self-management. Then try to bring that in your classroom. Self-control of yourself, self-regulating yourself, putting that control and regulation in the classroom. I mean, not you becoming the leader, I mean, you becoming the dictator, whereas you're helping the child, the students in the classroom to control and to regulate themselves. Okay? And delayed gratification. This is what we need to learn. Now, as I said, most of us want to run out from here to go to the Himalayas, sit with a coffee. We want that instant gratification. But the moment we delay it for 3 more years, a lot of our loved ones will be served. A lot of our co-human beings, like we are social animals. To save another life, we are sitting at home. Maybe you may think, okay, I'm strong, nothing will happen to me. But to save another soul, we are here. So when you take this delayed gratification of going and sitting there after 3 or 4 years, we are going to have the bigger benefits. So the marshmallow test is it's a wonderful test. It's being practiced on the Western countries. What they basically do is they tell the child from the childhood saying, do you want to eat 1 marshmallow now, or wait for 1 hour, take 2? That's our option. So this you can try with your kids at home. We also need to manage our emotions with the kids at home. So try this. Teach them, if you wait, you will get bigger lessons. This will help the students to develop the patience, perseverance, confidence, and much more skills, which is more important. So teach them this delayed gratification. You can go and learn so many things about what I'm sharing here in the internet. And empathy, we all know what is empathy. So I'm not going to get into much detail here. Just understand these are the different behaviors. And when we talk about the social skills, so can we maintain a personal friendships among the work associates? So these are the questions you need to ask when you're thinking in terms of a social skill. And how to develop the emotional intelligence, a strong self-motivation, focus on improving certain areas where you need to focus on, practice new behavior. Suppose if you decide that I am not going to stop, I'm going to stop my mobile after 10 o'clock at night, watching mobile late nights, which is disturbing my sleep. The next day it's coming in the hindrance in my work. So if you decide all that, then what you need to do, switch off the mobile at 10 o'clock, put that into practice. Every new behavior you practice for 21 days, it is going to become little easy. But I would suggest 48 days, continuous practice of 48 days. If you start working, you will be the master with it. Okay. So emotions, you have to embrace the emotions. What emotions you're carrying to the classrooms, please understand this. Before you enter the classroom, just ask yourself. So today you are still doing online, but when you are in online, ask this question: what emotion I'm carrying to the classroom? Am I carrying anything from my home? Am I carrying anything from my personal memories? What is it? Just being aware there will help you to regulate your emotions in a better way. So the moment you just get that awareness before stepping into the classroom. Now I want all of you to go to this site, those who can. Some of you might be really finding it difficult. Use this code, go to the site www.menti.com, use the code and use the code and share your answers there. There is a pass. I hope all can go. Is it working? Can you all go there and try? Is it working? Just tell me, is working? Can you all go there and enter your? Yes, I'm getting the answers. No. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Others? Yes, others? I'm still waiting for, I'll wait for 30 seconds. Yeah, please keep doing. No issues. I'll just share the screen of the results in a minute. Just pour out your heart. What is the answer is coming at this point of time? Okay. Yeah. So this still now the result is there. The code. Okay. So you can see the code 86432570 is the code. So the live, we are getting the results as people keep participating in the poll. So it can change from individual to individual. It's just to sense what is the emotion we are going through currently. And it's very good, to see 56%, no? When I did this last year, the overwhelming and stress was pretty high because we have been newly adapted to the technologies, online learning. So now it's getting better. I mean, we are able to adapt it. So yeah, this is the result. I'm going to stop the screen. So overall, approximately 40% have told none of this. 26% are feeling overwhelmed. 10% feeling stressed and 13, it keeps changing. So let me stop here. We got an approximate understanding of what is the mindset that we all educators going through at current moment. It might change. Okay, this is the current at this point in time. Now, if you have your notebook and pen, list down what teaching means to me. What is that me being an educator in the industry? What is it all about? The moment you understand why I am here, what is the purpose, you would be able to see the bigger picture, as I said. You would be able to understand things better. And if you are out of your alignment because of the distractions, because of the circumstantial, because of the social pressures, or because of the environment issues which are going through, which will help you to align and come back and focus on your pedagogy and focus on your teaching skills and whatever you want. So just list now, just list it. Okay, what is it? And how many of you know what could be the reasons for stress? There are various reasons for stress. I have listed down a few. So the work, the job security, which most of us have the threat at this point of time. Thank you so much, Jogi. Relationship issues, interpersonal demands, role conflict, role ambiguity. This I have tried to put it in terms of your career aspect. Okay, I have not got the personal life here. I've tried to put this listings in alignment with your career. The role conflict and the role ambiguity creates a lot of stress. I think most of you will agree with me. Why I need to do this? This is hard work. If she is not responsible, why should I take this accountability? This kind of conflicts we go through internally, sometimes we don't have the privilege to open it out. So you have to understand. And being resilient, once you are in the stress level, the ways to become resilient, hero components. Hero component is the one thing you need to understand how I'm going to build my hero component. Hero component is nothing but hope, efficacy, resilience, and being optimistic. Okay, this understand your hero components, and this cycle you have to understand. So once you understand the cycle, positive emotions and trying to cope up and maintain the curiosity, trying new things and accept the failure and moving on is your fuel for resilience. What you want to understand under resilience, there are layers: society, organization, interpersonal, and individual layers. There are many layers. There are 4 layers which I'm going through. So I'm not getting deeper in this, but just understand, because these are very deeper concepts. You have to get work on your hero components and work on your goals and increasing your me time and get the feedback from 360 degree, from your management, from your students, from your peers. The 360 degree feedback will help you to be better, a wonderful human being, more better than what you are as an educator today. Tomorrow you would be a better version of yourself for sure. The next one, interpersonal strategies, increase your face time. We are trying to do the face time, but we time in social, in connected with the human being, it's still difficult, no? So have a healthy peer networks, and these are self-explanatory. You can just have a look on the screen, but understand these are informational interpersonal strategies. And organizational strategies, these are, you have to understand doing the continuous assessments, monitoring the well-being. Don't try to micromanage your students or any organization or your peers or your assistants if you are in head of the department. Just understand them and motivate them. This is the most important strategy. I always put it across. Once you are clear with this, most of the problems will solve as an educator. So understand what's my mission and vision. Try to align it with the organization mission and mission. Ask your management, what is the vision and mission? Go and read about it. Go and learn about it. Now try to accommodate. Otherwise, you will be in the organization, not fixing, not in alignment, doing something. At the same time, you will go through a lot of internal issues. The moment you align your values and mission with the organization, things falls at place. Because you know why I'm here, what I'm doing, what is the organization is trying to do. Okay, let me keep my conflict at the back and work on what is needed. Okay, so these are the social skills you need to aware concerning building empathy and aligning, as I said, and work towards the common goals. Okay, accept, adapt. If you're resisting, it's going to be the stress process. Accept and adapt. And as initially, when the keynote address, when people were delivering the address, they said we need to adapt to the ever-changing technologies. So we need to do that, and that's more important. You have to understand it's difficult, and what teachers can do as a coach. We have taught as a facilitator, they are as great persons, but what teachers can do as a coach, as you have to grow in terms of break your goals, we understand the reality and options. What are the options available and willing to take risk? Okay, a leader with high value, high EQ will be having all this in his process, in his thoughts, in his concerns, in his goals, and he will be trying to work towards the positive work climate and relationship of trust. Finally, the ways to manage, some ways. how much of a busy you are, give time for your personal practices, mindful practices like yoga, meditation, coloring. This all the ways now which can help down your stress level to go down. And then you can turn creatively and work on your what you want to deliver. The moment you take control of your emotions, you would be the better person to deliver the best sessions, the best deliveries, best learnings happens in your classrooms. And take a paper and write out what is the current emotions you're going through. If you're having a tough time, and tear it out, throw the paper. You will feel so much letting go happening. Okay, some of the strategies which you can ask for support and have a mentor is all you have written. PERMA model is a very great model that we all educators need to adapt. PERMA model is nothing but having a positive emotion in the classroom, engaging, relationships, meaningful, and accomplishments. So develop this PERMA model in your classrooms. And once the PERMA model you can start building, you can go to this link, okay? You can take a screenshot. I would request all the educators to take the screenshot of this. If you go to this website, there will be some questions asked, which will give you your character strength and your values. Okay, so you will understand what is more important to me. For me, it is happiness, love, something else, gratitude, something. So there are lots of values written on the screen. You can choose and work on it. The moment you understand these are my character strengths, you will be in a better position to improve your self-awareness. At the same time, you can take this to the classroom to help the students to understand what are their character strengths. So if they are an angry person, helping them to understand why they are and what is the value behind it. Once they start thinking from a value-based perspective and you start accessing the classrooms from a value-based learning culture, things will fall at place. So when the positive institutions, when the organizations, when your colleges, when your schools, they are going to practice this positive culture, there they focus on the character strengths, which in turn facilitates the positive experience in your work culture. And there it develops the PERMA model towards the well-being of every individual connected together. So the more you're going to put your emotions inside, it's going to create a disease, unresolved conflicts, and which is where we fall into trap like alcohol, drugs, binge eating, over-exercising or not exercising. All these things are connected to your emotions. Thank you so much, Umaraz ji. So finally, STOP is an acronym to take. You need to be aware. Stop everything, take a deep breath, observe what is going around you, and proceed with caution. Okay, so there are lots of stress. You can just take a screenshot and go through it. And mindfulness is the best practice to increase your self-awareness and increase your emotional intelligence. And breathing, yoga, and meditation helps you to do that. And every day, take a note and say thank you for 3 people or 3 things that has just made you alive till now. Or making things easy for you, right? Starting from Amazon to all the deliverables happening at your door end, where you are sitting at the comfort of your home, not putting your life at risk, going out and buying stuff, things made easy because of certain souls putting their life at risk. And we should not stop ourselves from thanking them for helping us to live safe and bring us the certainty which we are all lacking at this point in time. So practice gratitude, and these are some of the daily rituals you can start practicing if you want to develop your emotional intelligence. Slowly, it's going to take a lot of time. And I'm closing off with this. Please, thank you so much for listening to me patiently. And yeah.
Thank you, Harini madam. It was a very wonderful session we had. We have talked about what is the importance of emotional intelligence for the teachers and why it is important to include emotional intelligence in the pedagogy of all the academics of university and colleges. So why we have to, why teachers needs emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence, how it helps the teachers to, face certain stressful situation. And we enjoyed your interactive session also, playing or imagining the lemon and the spoon as well. Okay. Thank you for your wonderful thought on the emotional intelligence and the pedagogy. I request participants and delegates to put your questions through chat box. We will be answering reading your question and answering the questions. If you want to talk to Ms. Harini Madam, then you can raise your hands. We will unmute you or ask yourself to unmute. Kindly post the questions in the chat box. It's a question answer session now. Okay. Madam, there is a one question. What is the difference between IQ and just a second.
EQ. Yeah, difference between IQ and EQ. So intellectual quotient and emotional quotient. So these are the basic two things. So I would not take you to a real-time dictionary example. It's not going to help in the process, but I will take you a small example of our experience which we have in a lifetime. Okay. Okay. So let us take this session. Okay. So when I speak about the emotional quotient, as an educator, we are trying to connect, okay, what is self-awareness? What is self-regulation? Oh, this is that. Oh, that is this. So you are trying to put into your intellectual part, trying to understand and observe. Whereas the emotional quotient is, oh, 1 more hour I'm sitting here, boring lecturers. Every lecturer is speaking the same thing. Why this? Did I choose the wrong thing? Or am I learning so much here? This is wonderful presentation. Wow, so much I got. So those emotions you're going, which is going you inside, which is processing inside. On the outer part, you're trying to think from here. But inside, your emotions are giving you either a wow factor at points when you learn or enlighten something, or sometimes it is like, oh, it's boring, another 1 hour I have to say it, how long, when she will finish. So those kinds of things also comes in place. And what we need to do is, we always try to understand things intellectually, whereas we fail to address the emotions. Yes, I'm feeling irritated. What should I do? I can't sit at one place for 1 hour. I am a man who was running from pillar to post in my campus. Now making me sit in my chair, it's tough. You acknowledge it. This is the emotion I'm really feeling. Beyond trying to intellectual get the learning, the emotions is there. So this is an intellectual quotient you're trying to build up. Whereas if you focus on the emotions, you start building your emotional intelligence and their emotional quotient. The more you start stay with yourself and catching your emotions, your emotion quotients will go on. So that's the small understanding I could give.
There's one more question from Jyoti Patana Shetty. Usually academically intelligent people face emotional blackmail from others. How to cope up?
Okay, so these two things, there are lots of things. But as I said, sometimes we don't have the privilege to voice out, or we might fear it's going to be a threshold for a job, it's pressure, all that. So better, one thing, take a letter. Write a letter to the person, like whoever it is, okay, the blackmail. Just put out all your emotions. I'm sorry, I'm going to be little raw here. So open out all the bad words coming from your mind, put it on the paper. It's a safe way of expressing. What happens? You put it inside, you accumulate it, you show it on your loved ones, end of the day. So that's going to affect you. Or if you're still more in control, you will show to the person after some years in a very more powerful, intenseful way. So better take a paper, write it out, all your emotions, the anger. Please use whatever words you feel like shouting at the person. Very safe way. We encourage it as emotional, better psychologists. We encourage it. So write it out. Then immediately tear the paper. Please don't keep it. Okay. Again, that might create a problem. So tear the paper, go to the flush it out. Your emotions will come down, the feelings will come down. The more the feelings, so the incidents happen, the emotions connected to the incidents is creating the pain. The more you do certain exercises like this, the emotions will come down, the feelings will come down, then you can handle it. Okay. The next one, take a pillow, think of the person, hit hard as much as you can. You can do with even your husband, your spouse, your wife, who you are not able to do it, because the emotions had to be taken out. If it's keeping inside, it's going to pain, it's going to be heavy in you. So that's another way. Okay. These are the two ways I can suggest you. And the another way is taking an help or a mentor or a coach. Then they will resolve. So we resolve this bad memories. We help the people to forget the bad memories through our NLP. So that's another way. The another way is you have to get into meditations, a lot of meditations, especially if people are interested. I would like to share a sound meditation like bowels healing. If you listen to particular releasing negative emotions, it will trigger, when you listen to the music, it will trigger 20, 30 years back memories also. Last week, I had one bad memory coming up. I had to release it through my meditation. So it will come up automatically because the subconscious can bring it out and release it. So there are ways, but at the conscious level, I would say letter writing and pillow fighting. Take a paper and scratch it like we all do. No? Just put out your anger. You have to do so literally put out your anger. Okay, put out your anger. And we teach psychology tools and all in tapping to put out your anger. So it's all called Tarzan tapping. We just let out of anger. So there are ways. Okay, so there's two ways you can take it up. How to help children suffering from COVID-19, especially under the age of 12. So a lot of intake of food, the meditations, make the home a positive environment. Keep affirming that my child is safe, I am safe, my family is safe, we are divinely guided and protected. If you have a spiritual thing, affirmations, prayers, sitting together and I mean, not with the child. If the child has to be separated, sending any human soul can send a positive energy to the another human soul. So send your motherly affection energy to the child. Like, my child is safe, he is protected, he is coming back, health and wealth. Okay, so that one you need to do. And breathing exercises, a child, you can tell the child to practice. Okay, for the betterment of lungs. Okay, there is one thing called, those who are a lot of people to help on a personal human aspect, those who are undergone COVID or any you're suffering from, I will teach you one technique right after here to increase your immunity. Okay, to increase your cell power, to get new cells in your body. New. So what you have to do, I'm going to do the Tarzan bit. Just hold a fist. And you all have the collarbones here, right in the center. You can see a part of here, which is little bone, hard stuff. So just tap it like, and you have to make the voice like this. You have to do. If you sit and do for 1 minute, your immunity will start boosting up. Okay, so a lot of new cells will come. So this you can practice. Those who have come out of COVID, those who are still suffering, this is the best way to one small thing. Okay.
Okay. There's one question like how to balance work environment, balance professional life and personal life.
Professional life and personal life. Write down goals. Clearly write down goals in all areas. There are 12 areas any human being have to look deep into to become a 360-degree transformation in yourself if you wish to. So not, you can go and find it in Google, but at least focus on areas, family, friendship, work, skills I need to develop. So once you get your goals deeper in all these areas, you will understand what I need to focus in my family. Suppose if your family says you're not spending time with me, then half an hour they need. So put that in your goal. At least weekly once I will sit with no gadgets with my family and give my time. that comes a priority goal. And your mind, your body subconsciously starts working towards that, achieving that. Okay, so writing down goals is the first basic step. The second one is taking action on the goals that we all don't do most of the time. So put that in your calendar, or how you are going to accommodate it, how you want to achieve it. There takes care. And social media is in our control. Avoid watching news, just very much in our control. So many things we can still, okay. Yeah, that can also, you list it out. How is your day, where you're lacking time, where is that you're not able to spend time with your family. So list down all the things you will be able to. So those who want, those who are really looking for, can connect with me personally. I do one-on-one sessions, I do group teacher training programs, so please. Yes, anything else?
Work environment sometimes doesn't result in right fruits. How to manage our emotion during such situation?
Yeah, the work environment. See, here comes the business culture also. So what is the culture the organization is about? And sometimes our culture might be different, our values may be different, where you're not trying to fit in. So it's little harsh to say, but you might be in a wrong space. You need to think where your values is alignment with the organizational values. See, if a values becomes a problem, then if my honesty is my value, then I can't work in a culture where there is no honesty. You have to first understand that. Okay. So please write down get clear with your values, get clear with your mission. Yeah, once you understand there is no positive work culture. See, there might be, the organization culture might be good, but there are some persons who might pollute the culture. Okay. There you need to come back, dissociate yourself from the person. One thing is disassociating from the person, like not having any connection, the heart to heart with the person. One. The second one I would say is trying to understand what is the positive intention of the person to do this. See, when a person is angry with us, we always see why he is doing and he is bad with me, he don't like me. We all pick up the negative things. But think, train your brain to think what could be the one positive intention that the person is trying to put this across. So that might change your perception, which might help you to take care of your stress.
There's a last question, madam. Can you name the top 3 things that we need to adopt in our regular classes in terms of emotional intelligence, which motivates the students?
Sorry, I couldn't.
Okay, I repeat. Can you name the top 3 things that we need to adopt in our regular classes in terms of emotional intelligence, which motivates the students?
Which motivates the students. Okay. So I would say gratification and gratitude practicing, which all the youngsters need at this point in time, for sure. So put that in the practice. Train your children to practice gratitude through some way. I mean, you all can sit together and write one gratitude note every day, that one. And again, what you do, so take a paper, ask the child to write out their emotions. Tell them, see, create a classroom culture that every individual is respected, every individual privacy is respected, and tell the children that when you are hurt, it's paining. So your peer, your friend is also hurt with something, or he is carrying his baggage. Both of you are in pain. Now, let us not judge each other. So let us go split and sit in the classroom, ask them to take the paper, write out their emotions or their issues, their problems they are facing. Tell the children before this exercise that nobody is going to see the paper. I am not going to come and correct it and all. You just pour your heart, then you can tear it and put it in the dustbin. Okay, this really eases the classrooms. The child becomes so free from their morning. The student would have heard an abuse by the father who is alcoholic. So the child is carrying too much to the classroom. So if you develop this practice, it helps the children to calm down. So this is the second one. The first one is gratitude. The second one is helping the child to write out the emotions continuously. And then practice some 2 minutes of breathing exercise. You also can calm down when you have some emotions that you are not able to get rid of it. Put that in a practice in the classrooms. Last 5 minutes or first 5 minutes, you can decide. Just go for a breathing, because it takes a lot of time to control your emotions and become highly emotional intelligent. So pick on the easy ways to breathe. The moment you breathe, you calm down. So I think many of you would have practiced this. So, and suggestion is 4-4-4 breathing. Okay, I'll type in the chat box. The 4-4-4 breathing is 4 inhale, 4 exhale, 4 inhale, 4 counts pass, 4 exhale, and again 4 counts pass. So if you could go in the internet and check this, you will get this 4-4-4 breathing. And what happens is the 4-4 breathing, it immediately stops the thoughts, the continuous thoughts we are having. No? This it immediately stops. So there you can take control of your emotional intelligence easily.
Thank you, ma'am. That's the end of question answer session. Now I would request Madhushri madam to deliver the vote of thanks for the first session of 7 days FDP program.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. It's my great privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. Now we have come to the end of this virtual gathering. I, on behalf of GFGC Vijayanagar, Bengaluru, and organizing committee, extend my most sincere thanks to today's resource person, Harini Ramarathnam, who spared time from a busy schedule to share her valuable knowledge on emotional intelligence, a role of emotional intelligence in designing effective pedagogy. Thank you, ma'am. We all had a very wonderful and fruitful session. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to our chief patron, Dr. B. Chandrasekhara, principal of GFGC Vijayanagar. He is a great motivating force behind this event. I also propose my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Shubha, IQAC coordinator of GFGC Vijayanagar. I also express my heartfelt thanks to convener of this program, Professor Manjula, HOD of Management Department, who guided and directed us to organize this event successfully. I also thank Professor Kishore Kumar, Organizing Secretary and MBA PG Coordinator, who has put tremendous effort to organize this event very successfully. In fact, he is the backbone of this event. Thank you, sir. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all the delegate participants, resource persons who have participated from across India and also from other nations. Thank you, one and all. At last, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the faculties, teaching and non-teaching faculties of GFGC Vijayanagar for their cooperation and support. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Madhushri madam. I would like to thank you as well for being a part of organizing committee and being a part of management department of GFGC Vijayanagar.
Thank you.
So that's the end of first session. It was very fruitful. We are very happy to have 327 participants across the globe. And we expect the same kind of support from all the delegates. Thank you very much. Manjula madam and principals, sir, shall we wind up?
I'll make an announcement about tomorrow's session.
Yes, it's over to Kishore Kumar, sir.
Hello everyone, before we wind up, tomorrow we have a second day session scheduled at 10:30 a.m. and the session is on power of participative teaching. So hope to see you all again tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Stay safe, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.
Yes.
Madam, shall we wind up?
Yes, Pallavi.
Yes. Thank you, one and all. It's not a goodbye. It's again, we are meeting tomorrow again at 10:30 a.m. So I say that keep in touch. हम है राही प्यार के, फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते. Everyone, bye. Have a nice day and have a safe day.